Do you think 10 straight wins erase the trauma of 2025? Do you really? Because I'm seeing the same old crap repeating. Broken rotation, stagnant front office, and September coming to swallow us whole again. The Chicago Cubs lead the National League Central Division with an impressive streak of 10 consecutive wins. But the reality is more complex than the numbers show. The pitching rotation is shattered with injuries to Cade Horton, Matthew Boyd, and Justin Steele. Meanwhile, the New York Mets are starting to appear in market rumors as a potential selling team. Bob Nightingale of USA Today revealed that the Mets might make important pieces available, including Klay Holmes. Do you remember what happened last year? We were flying high, leading comfortably, until the pitchers started dropping. And what did the front office do? Nothing. They sat on their hands while Milwaukee passed us like a runaway train. Now tell me, do you trust that this time it will be different? Or are we going to watch the same movie? Klay Holmes is having an extraordinary season since becoming a full-time starter for the Mets. The pitcher, who was a two-time All-Star for the Yankees, 2022 and 2024, as a reliever, signed a 2-year, $26 million contract with New York. In 8 starts this season, Holmes has an ERA of 1.86 with 37 strikeouts. He leads the entire National League in ERA+ with an impressive 215 points. Bob Nightingale highlighted that the Mets could become sellers soon, listing Holmes, Freddie Peralta, and Bo Bichette as the main pieces available for negotiation in the market. Look, I'm not asking you to panic, but I'm also not going to pretend everything is fine just because we're winning now. I saw this movie in 2025 and almost had a heart attack. The rotation started to crumble in July, and the front office sat idly by, waiting for a miracle. The result? Milwaukee overtook us, and we watched from the sidelines. Klay Holmes isn't just an available pitcher, he's exactly the kind of insurance we need to acquire before the house catches fire again. The Mets situation is peculiar for a team that invested so much money. Executives and scouts around the league believe that the roster simply doesn't have enough quality to compete, presenting lineups that look more like rebuilding teams than those with the most expensive payroll in baseball. This opens a window of opportunity for teams like the Cubs, who have valuable trade pieces and a robust minor league system. Klay Holmes, specifically, represents a short-term solution with immediate impact potential. He will likely opt out of his current contract after the season to test the free agent market, which means the Mets have an incentive to trade him now and receive assets instead of losing him for free. Do you really want to wait to see if Horton, Boyd, and Steele return in time? Do you want to bet the entire season on luck? Because I don't. I want a plan B, C, and D. I want that when September arrives, we don't have to pray for anyone to stay healthy. You deserve more than hope. You deserve a prepared team. The Cubs have previously been associated with Freddie Peralta, another starting pitcher available from the Mets. But Klay Holmes presents specific advantages that make him extremely attractive. First, his experience as an elite reliever for the Yankees demonstrates versatility should it be necessary to adjust roles in the playoffs. Second, his ERA+ of 215 is not luck, it's sustained dominance based on an improved pitching repertoire since transitioning to a starter. Third, the acquisition cost may be lower than Peralta's precisely because Holmes has only 1 year of control remaining. Chicago has trade capital and cannot afford to be conservative. The window of competition is open now, not 2 years from now. I know you're tired of hearing about the trauma of 2025, but I can't forget. I can't erase from my memory that feeling of watching Milwaukee celebrate while we watched from home. And you know what's worse? It's that the front office had the chance to do something. They had money, they had pieces, but they stood still. Now we have another chance. Klay Holmes is there, available, dominating the league. If we let this opportunity pass and repeat the disaster, honestly, I don't know if I can handle another disappointment like that. Do you think the Brewers will stand still? Do you think the Cardinals won't try to recover? The Central Division doesn't forgive mistakes. A 10-game winning streak is beautiful, but September is still far away. And when it arrives, if the rotation remains broken, you will regret not having pushed for reinforcements now. The time to act is before the problem explodes in our faces again. Klay Holmes represents more than impressive numbers. He symbolizes a proactive mindset that the Cubs need to adopt if they want to be taken seriously as World Series title contenders. His transformation from reliever to elite starter shows adaptability and tactical intelligence, exactly the type of player who thrives under pressure in October. The Cubs have legitimate aspirations this season, but aspirations without action are just dreams. The front office needs to demonstrate that it has learned from the mistakes of 2025. There's a link in the description with plenty of Cubs merchandise via Fanatics and MLB Shop for anyone who wants to show support for the team. But real support comes from intelligent decisions in the office. I don't want to live another nightmare. I want the front office to act. Klay Holmes could be the difference between celebrating in October or crying in September again. Do you think the Cubs will go after him? Comment below, because I need to know I'm not the only one worried.